Hey, what's up? It's Tati, and I'm back with another review. It's Wednesday night, so you know what that means. It's AEW Dynamite. We started off the night with a beautiful match between Swerve Strickland and Darby Allin. Now, these two are no strangers to each other. They have gone against each other since in the indie scenes, so they've had a lot of experience with each other, and this match right here really shows how great their chemistry is. They had so much energy to start off the show. Like, there's just no way the crowd can deny how much energy these two had, and they really gave it their all. My only complaint here is that there was interference. Okay, you already know. And number two, it was predictable because we knew that Darby Allin would win based off of the 4-pillar storyline that they got going on right now. I would have to be honest, I don't know if it would have been a great call for Darby to lose this one, but because they had such great chemistry throughout this match, either one of these guys could have won, and it would have been justifiable, and I would have totally loved that. Now, throughout this match, we do have, obviously, Darby had that car accident last week and had a crazy ass match last week, so he's still in pain from that. However, he's still doing the absolute most with his matches, but I really still feel like with him being in the ring with Swerve, he was a little bit more tame today compared to other matches. Now, we had Swerve who had, I think it was his left foot that was bothering him throughout maybe like the first half of the match, and Darby puts Swerve hanging upside down from the top ropes, and he takes off the boot from the foot that was hurting, and he bit it. Like, he literally sunk his tooth onto his foot without the boots on, okay, and was biting his foot, and the crowd was chanting, "You sick fuck," and I was like, whoa, what the hell? Like, even I probably would not have thought to have done that, but I think that was just a little bit different and unpredictable compared to other things that we've seen. So I didn't have too much, I didn't really have anything to complain about that, but it was a little bit weird to see. They had a really great match, man. Like, I was like, this is the perfect way to start off the show. The show should always start off with such great energy. We do have the Mogul Embassy that comes out, which is just Prince Nana and Brian Cage. I don't understand how the embassy is involved with this when they only have one member of the embassy that is part of what's going on in AEW. I still think that part is weird. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for them to figure out where they're going to put the other members of the embassy in this storyline, but they did get involved, and Aubrey Edwards told them to get the fuck out of here. This is going to be a clean fight, and I truly enjoy Swerve and Darby together. Now, Excalibur said that Swerve is 4-3 against Darby Allin, so now with this match is 4-4, so it's a tie between both of them. I'm pretty sure they'll have another match in the near future where one of them is going to have to break that tie. I absolutely love how they started off the show. Right after Darby wins, we do have MJF, whose appearance is mandatory for tonight, and he comes out and he does a promo with Darby. Now we have MJF in the ring cutting a promo, and it's just the usual how he's better than Darby, but at the same time, I don't know if people have been catching this, but he's also been putting them over at the same time. Every time he's had promos with either Jack, Sammy, or Darby, so he'll quickly put in a couple of good words, and then after that, he's back to his old MJF self. Now, we do have Darby, who talks about how this opportunity with him being in AEW has afforded him to do really great things for his family and whatnot, and basically how he has good morals and MJF does not. MJF is like, hey, good morals don't get you anywhere, especially in this business, and he is where he is right now in this business without having good morals. Basically talking about, when he dies, he probably not gonna make it to heaven or whatever. It's all about what he does here while he's on Earth or whatever. Then we have Sting comes out, and you already know Tony Schiavone's marking out like a schoolgirl for Sting. I love when he does that. It just makes me laugh. But Sting comes out. He definitely is there to make Darby look better. And also, he does confirm that, his career is coming to an end and how the focus should be really on Darby or whatnot. He does mention Cody Rhodes because Cody was MJF's biggest cheerleader or supporter for MJF while he was there, and he's gone, so he's not there. So that means nobody in the back give a fuck about MJF. And I guess that's supposed to make him feel bad or whatnot. To be honest, even if he doesn't have any type of support, on-screen support, he's still doing a fantastic job as a heel. However, all the other guys are doing great as well. So I am enjoying where they're going with the storyline. It does look like it's going to be a fatal 4-way match for the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, which is way in, what is it? I think May 20 something. So that's a bit of more than a month coming up, but I'm so excited to see where they go with this. I love it. I can't wait to see. So next we have the TNT title on the line, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Silas Young. We first start off with Powerhouse Hobbs had came to the arena in a Cadillac where he had a custom made with whatever his name on it or whatever the hell was going on. I don't care for Cadillacs, but it did look nice. Now, he had one of the security guards, valet people keeping an eye out on the car. So now he has his match with Silas Young, which was like a minute. And I was so pissed off because Silas is so fucking talented. He did not deserve to come on fucking national TV to be part of a match for 1 minute. The things that this man know how to do in the ring is inexcusable for why they would put him in a 1 minute match with Powerhouse Hobbs. And with that being said, Powerhouse Hobbs is too talented to be having 1 minute matches. He is holding gold right now, and this is not the right way to get your champion over. I don't care if it's heel, babyface, 1 minute matches and you're holding gold. Are you fucking kidding me? AEW, this is absolutely unacceptable. So now this match is over, okay? And he's making his way to the back with the QTV people that he do not need, obviously. And then that's when we see on the screen Wardlow is back there and he is destroying Hobbs' car. And then he gets on the forklift and continued to destroy it with the forklift and flips it over and everything. And he kept the damn forklift running and it hits the car. Okay. I guess that's not bad. We've seen a lot of things like this where it features damaging someone's car. However, I felt like what he could have did was, how like every week they've been having the QTV people in the office or whatever. He should have went to their office and destroyed their things, destroyed their personal items and stuff like that. Just like how they did when they destroyed and stole his stuff from the car he was renting. That's what they should have done, because that would have made way more sense than the actual car that we see a lot happen in pro wrestling. So now Wardlow music hit. Wardlow comes out. He has a couple of blows with Powerhouse Hobbs. A whole bunch of wrestlers and security come out to get them to stop fighting. And once they finally get these two separated, Wardlow then grabs Aaron Solo and gives him a really nice, nasty power bomb through a table that was right next to the stage. And the way he fell, it looks like he probably hurt his head, because there was 2 tables out there and he hit through one of them and his head hit the other that didn't break. So I hope he's okay. But it was so weird how how the security wrestlers, once they were able to separate Hobbs and Wardlow, and they saw Wardlow grabbing Aaron Solo, they was like, man, fuck it, he aight. And they just left it alone, like as if Aaron Solo wasn't going to need help from Wardlow. So that was a little bit weird. But then after that, they tended to Aaron, who was, down through the table or whatnot. And to be honest, I was really disappointed with this. I really feel like the TNT title, if they don't do something right with this storyline between these two, this whole thing is going to need a revamp. They're going to have to change things up with this title, just like I think they should do with the International Championship. Up next, we had the International Championship on the line. Orange Cassidy versus Buddy Matthews. Y'all already know what I want to say. So, Orange Cassidy is a talented wrestler. That gimmick of his, however, while I don't really care for it, I think sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But we're at the point where it's over with the crowd. However, it's too repetitive. We're seeing too much of the same thing over and over again. I wish he would just do something else where he can still stick to his character, but give us something else so it doesn't feel like it's the same old shit every week. Now, this was actually a really great match. They focused on 2 weeks ago where when Buddy went to hit Orange Cassidy with the Trios title, Orange Cassidy ended up doing an orange punch onto the title itself. So now all of a sudden they're making it seem like 2 weeks later his fucking hand is broken or whatnot. They do have really great exchange in the match. I really did enjoy it. However, it was just the same old thing. This had the potential to being a match of the night. No, it didn't have the same energy like Darby versus Swerve, but the psychology really played out well in this match. It's just too much of the same old things for me to truly enjoy what these two had going on. To be honest, I wish Buddy would have won, and that obviously doesn't happen. So then we have Orange Cassidy take the win. I really didn't care for this as much as I should have. I was like, man, this is great, but it just still feels like other matches because Orange Cassidy is doing the same things all the time. Find something fresh to do. You can still be over with the crowd, but it's just, I'm just not feeling it. I don't know where they're going with this moving forward, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be one-on-one between Orange Cassidy and Malachi Black in the near future. Up next, we had Ethan Page, and he is absolutely upset. He didn't know that when he signed the contract between him and Hook, that there were some stipulations, such as if he were to lose a match with Hook, that Private Party and Matt Hardy would no longer be under contract with Ethan Page and the firm. So he's upset about it. He's distraught, so distraught that he has not been able to get his hair done or get his tans. He just don't know what to do with himself. So now Matt Hardy comes out and he's explaining everything about how he didn't read the fine print, and now he don't have to answer to Ethan Page or Stokely Hathaway. So now Ethan is like, hold on, bruh, you didn't know that we're not the only ones that are part of the firm. And then out of the blue, here we have Big Bill and Lee Moriarty attacking Isaiah Cassidy and Matt Hardy from behind. So now they're getting in the ring and everybody's fighting. And they need someone to even up the odds here. So our homeboy Hook comes out with probably the most clothes I've ever seen him wear. And he gets into the fight. So now we got all 6 of these guys in the ring throwing hands. So while that's going on, for whatever reason, Excalibur is all up in my ears talking about, oh, we need to even out the odds. I'm like, even out the odds? There's 6 people, 3 from each side fighting. And then all of a sudden, here comes the Hardy Boys music play, and it's Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy comes out, and he got a chair, and he is swinging, okay? And they get into a whole fight with everybody in this, the firm, and he's using the chairs or whatnot. I think it was a really, really great moment. However, whatever Excalibur was talking about just didn't make sense. But it was a great way to bring back Jeff Hardy. Now, look, I know people probably is upset about it, but if Jeff is in a better place in his career, in his life, and that he can, come back and work on his career, that's great. AEW did the right thing when there obviously was a problem and they let him go. And since he's been doing things to, better his life, they'll bring him back. But this time, I think they will have different precautions that they will take to make sure that they, have the right relationship with Jeff Hardy. So I'm really happy to see Jeff is back. He looks great. He delivers a beautiful swanton bomb from the top rope onto Lee Moriarty. So he looks great. I'm happy he's here. I can't wait to see what happens next with Jeff. Okay, y'all. So I told y'all, make sure y'all had y'all prayers for Michael Nakazawa and Brandon Cutler, because they was gonna need it. So before the match started, we do have a little video package with Kenny Omega, who's probably at home or wherever the hell he's at, and he looks like he had the worst week of his life, and he's talking into the camera and making it seem like, well, the Bucks are hurt. Don Callis, I can't believe y'all put hands on Don Callis, and he was busted open or whatever, and they showed the thing on his head. That thing looked absolutely insane. No blade would do something like that. For anyone who thought that this was just Don blading or whatever, it looks absolutely horrible. So now, here comes the match. First comes out BCC, then Michael and Brandon comes out. Claudio and Moxie's like, fuck this, we don't have time for this, and ended up attacking them before they even got into the ring. Before the bell even rang, Michael Nakazawa was leaking, okay? These two right here, Michael, I don't even remember seeing him wrestle in AEW, but Brandon probably wrestled wasn't it last week? I think the last time he wrestled was last week. And I'm seeing him here and there on Dark and Elevation Wrestling or whatever. He's actually not bad, but obviously he focuses on this goofy ass gimmick, and he normally doesn't win the matches, but it is what it is. And he's always with the camera filming for the Bucks for their YouTube show. All right, cool. They're literally getting their ass handed to them the whole time. I'm loving it. I don't got no problems with it. They're being consistent with the whole storyline or whatnot. It was bad. It was bad, but in a good way, and I was enjoying it. Now, the match comes to an end, and Jon Moxley comes on the camera before the match and tells people, don't turn off your TVs. Keep it on so you can see these dudes get their ass whooped. And it was a beatdown, okay? They end up winning the match. Moxley does a bulldog onto, I want to say it was Michael, and then they end up winning. Okay, great. So after that, they're still putting the beat down on them, and then boom, music hits. It's our boy Kenny Omega, looking like a fucking snack, and I was just like, whoa, he looks great. Really great, body's right and everything. And guess what, he dyed his hair too. He got a little bit of blonde in it still, but whatever, it's a new look. I've been wanting for him to do that for a while. I was getting over the blonde in the hair, but anyway, he comes out, but he doesn't walk down to the ring. And while everybody's all getting all excited about Kenny, we didn't even notice that the Bucks had already crept in the ring, and they're standing behind BCC. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're here? Yes, they're all taped up and everything, and they're ready to have a fight. They're attacking BCC. Kenny comes in the ring and joins in the fun as well. And the first thing I thought was, wow, y'all let Brandon and Michael be like sacrificial lambs for y'all to come out and have a nice little return while they got their ass handed to them. I just thought that was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. What kind of friends are those? But either way, they attack them, and then Kenny comes out with this big ass toolbox. I think he was gonna knock Moxley with it across the head, and one of the Bucks, I forgot which one it was, took out a screwdriver just like they did last week. BCC had that, and they attacked Adam with that, and right before they can attack Jon Moxley with it, Claudio comes and drags Moxley out that ring. It was so good. I can't wait to see where they go with the storyline, but honestly, I just thought that was so crazy. Y'all was there the whole time. Y'all let Brendan and Michael, of all people, get their ass whooped. That is just so insane. I love this moment though. Alright, so next we had Riho and Sky Blue versus Toni Storm and Ruby Soho. No, I don't sound happy about this because I'm over it. I'm wondering, where are the other girls on this damn roster? Where everybody at that we have to keep seeing these same girls in matches. I think it just gotten so repetitive that whenever these girls come on, I'm just so uninterested. While the match wasn't bad, I just felt like, oh my god, where are the other girls? Who else is signed over there that we can see on a Wednesday night? And I mean, I get that they're trying to be consistent with this storyline. I really feel like it doesn't really, it's not that great, but they're just doing the most with this, and I'm not feeling it. Anyway, Toni Storm and Ruby end up getting the win. It just seems like they're winning all the time, that too. And once again, interference with Saraya. I'm over the interference thing. This storyline just don't work for me. I got nothing else to say about it. Main event time, we have Chris Jericho versus Keith Lee. And, I thought this was going to be something else. So, I don't ever remember seeing these two in the ring before. So I thought, okay, well, they're giving Keith Lee an opportunity to be in the main event light, so that's cool. We haven't seen much of him lately. And then Chris Jericho, being one of those guys that usually help get other guys over, I thought this was a great thing for him too. However, something about this match just didn't feel so great. It didn't really feel, number one, like there was a story behind it. And I know I've said this before, that a story isn't always necessary, but I felt like with this, it just was like two guys in the ring going at it. That's what it felt like for me. So now, the chemistry just was off. I felt like the crowd wasn't even feeling it either. This is a main event match, and it felt like this is something that should have been in the middle of the card. I didn't like this. And you would think two big names in a match would equal a really great match. It didn't work like that at all. It just felt like something was off about this. I kept really wanting to enjoy it. They did have some good moments, but it just felt like these two shouldn't be in the ring once you actually got to see them in the ring together. And I kind of had high hopes about it, but I didn't think it was going to be the main event for Dynamite. Surprisingly though, Jericho took the win. I thought that Keith would have taken the win for this. We did have a few times Daniel Garcia trying to get involved, and I knew this was going to happen, but I knew Swerve was going to make his way out there anyway, and Swerve did come out and hit him with the bell on his head, and obviously that helps Chris Jericho win the match. It just felt so odd with these two being in the ring together. I just don't think that they work well to me. So after this match, we do have Adam Cole come out, and he's making sure that Keith Lee's okay, and that no one else come out and jump him or whatever. And just like when Adam had that match with Daniel Garcia, we do have Adam who's looking back towards Chris Jericho, like, maybe these two are going to end up fighting probably at the next pay-per-view. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But to be completely honest, this was not main event worthy match to me. I thought it was going to be way better than what it was. And even with the crowd, you can see they wasn't feeling it either. This was not a great way to end off the show. I really wish it would have been something else that they would have had for a main event. But either way, AEW, stop with the fucking interferences. I'm over it. And whatever y'all doing with the girls, y'all need to just scrap it after the next pay-per-view and just move on to something else, because that's not working either. Either way, I did enjoy a lot of moments about this show, but certain things felt really flat, and I hate the way they ended off the show with this match. Didn't like it. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I will be back tomorrow with ROH TV review.